Welcome to the Skyforest podcast, the story of a space freighter that discovers a few thousand nasty, fluttering surprises on what should have been a routine delivery run. Voice performers include Fabian Vasquez, Cecily Knobler, Dave, Jeff, and Sharon Piranelli, Lindsay Nelson, Robert Rice, Nate Leiper, and Vladimir Aguskov. Written, directed, and edited by Dave Piranelli in Hollywood, California. If you enjoy the show, do us a huge favor and leave a 5-star rating and a glowing review. Please tell your sci-fi and horror friends about us. Thanks for your support. Well, here we are, episode 10, the final episode for season 1, and things are coming to a head with the Scourge. Skyforest 3 is fully under control of Bickel and his squirming buddies. Rama has brought them, unbeknownst to him, and down on the base things are falling apart. Can Vosco pull it together? Bickel and the bugs are preparing to head to Earth. The crew won't survive the trip, but the bugs will. And since Sparkle is already all over Earth as a pleasure drug, it won't take long for them to turn our planet into a giant buffet. Can Vosco defeat Bickel and keep the Sky 3 from bringing Earth a really unpleasant surprise? Coming up next in episode 10. Thanks for listening. Let's join them. Vosco and Pallas watch more of the horrifying footage from the base being overrun. Riley runs in the room.
Captain Vosco, the Skyforest 3 just put engines in preheat.
The captain and Pallas jump up in shock. What? They don't have enough oxygen on board. They can't do that.
They have.
They'll suffocate months before they get back to Earth. Vosco thinks fast. Swipes Doc Alyssa onto his wrist comm. Doc, do they breathe?
Captain?
The Scourge, Novellus somniferum, do they need oxygen?
Not at all. They can extract oxygen from their hosts or from carbon dioxide. When that isn't available, they go dormant.
Any luck with that genetic acid thing?
I'll need time.
You've got 15 minutes.
Captain!
The Sky 3 is preparing to depart for Earth, and I have a feeling that by the time they reach Earth, the only thing left will be thousands of those insects, and maybe just Bickel and a few talking doll crew members to arrange their landing at a nice inhabited port. But the rest of the crew will have been eaten by then.
I can't help you, not in 15 minutes.
Vosco swipes the channel closed. He immediately opens the self-destruct screen for the Sky 3, activates it. A countdown starts at 5 minutes.
Attention! The emergency destruct system for the Skyforest 3 is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 5 minutes. T-minus 4 minutes, 55 seconds. T-minus 4
Over the base's PA system comes the sound of laughter. Vosco knows the voice, but he can't place it right away.
Hello, Captain. I see you're trying to blow my ship up. We can't allow that.
Your ship, Sergeant Bickel?
Attention, the Skyforest 3 will detonate in T-minus 5 years.
The destruct countdown stops, flips back to 5 years. Vosco shakes his head. Get that blasted music off. What is that? I can't. It's on the emergency beacon channel. We have no control over it.
Attention, the Skyforest 3 will never detonate. You lose.
He motions for Pallas to work on the computer. He whispers, "Hack the Sky 3. Get me in." Well, welcome back, Sergeant Bickel. Very nice of Mr. Rama to give you a ride to my ship, you and your friends.
Captain, I've had to relieve you of command. You don't have our best interests at heart.
Something tells me you don't have our best interests at heart.
We'll be entering superluminal for Earth shortly.
You know, Sergeant, I like looking people in the face when I speak with them. Do you still have a face?
Do not attempt to interfere with our mission. Bickel out.
Sergeant? Sergeant Bickel? Sergeant Bickel! He dropped the connection. Can we retake control of Sky 3? Pallas runs his hands over the keys. Nope, all data pathways are closed. They can't win. They must not get to Earth. Can we reach Talladega? He could do it manually there on board. They make brief eye contact. If he can, he will. I gave him what he needs. I'll try to connect with his comm manually, bypass the ship. Yeah, I'll bet Williams will be all over that. In the Skyforest 3 brig, Talladega and Dawson pace the floor of their cell, helpless. A guard is stationed nearby. What if the captain could get access?
When Bickel took over, he changed the command codes.
Tell me, did he look normal to you?
Who, Bickel? That's the thing. We never saw him. Apparently, he's running things from the mission room. He doesn't even use video feeds, just audio.
I wish Vosco told me more. The guard walks to the cell door and leans down to slide a tray of food in. Talladega jabs him with one of the last syringes. The man stands still for just a moment, then writhes in anguish. He grasps at his half-eaten leg. Dozens of worms fall from the wound. Blood seeps out as he thrashes on the floor. Guard, do your duty to the captain and to Earth. Let us out of this cell. The miserable guard briefly makes eye contact. There's agony in every inch of his face. The pain! Get them off me! The pain! Why didn't I see? I don't... Let us out. We have to save the ship. We have to save Earth. The guard reaches desperately for the digital lock, clicks it. The light goes from red to green. Blood pours from his wound, no longer held back by the worms. He drops down, shudders. He's dying, and fast. Thank you, sir. Talladega lets the empty syringe fall to the floor.
What's in that stuff?
Looks like it takes the bug's power away. But if they've already got a good grip on you, well, They regard the twitching corpse on the floor as they step over it. Talladega grabs the guard's gun and comm unit.
Where are we going?
To save everyone. They run from the brig. Vosco, Riley, and Pallas stand outside the airlock to Skyforest 1. It's closed and locked. Vosco swipes again. Why won't it open? I'm command level. My code should open anything. Bickel demoted you to scullery maid. Your codes can't do much anymore. Vosco has a look at the glass windows in the airlock. Does some tapping on the poor dancing girl's comm unit. If Bickel blocked the captain, I just need to be somebody else. He swipes the door again. This time it opens.
Good thinking. Nobody blocks a dead girl.
Let's do it. Vosco marches into the airlock. Riley and Pallas follow. On board the Sky 3, Rama enters the mission room and speaks to someone behind the desk. Someone we can't see. One of the cargo nets is cut open on the floor with some bloody ooze. Sir, all preliminaries are complete. Engines ready. We hear Bickel. We don't see him yet.
Get us to the superluminal entry point.
Yes, sir. I just want to say it's an honor to have the right man back in control again, sir. I'm so happy you're back. As Rama speaks, a worm falls from his ear. He doesn't notice.
Get us there. We need to be underway.
We finally see Bickel. Very little of the human is left. A skull loosely supported by some tendons. Various butterflies and worms hold him together. But if Rama sees this, he shows no sign of it. Maneuvering now. We'll be ready soon.
Alert me when we're ready for the superluminal drive.
You'll know the second we're in position. I can't wait. Rama turns and walks to the bridge. The grand ship moves away from the base. Behind it, we see the Skyforest 1 still docked, dark and covered in dust. Vosco, Pallas, and Riley enter the Skyforest 1 and walk quickly yet cautiously up the hall, guns drawn. Pallas and Vosco have their flamethrowers at the ready. I'd swear we left the lights on. Someone turned them off, and it wasn't to save electricity.
What's that rustling?
Vosco whips out his flamethrower. Ignition! He barely gets the flame going in time as a massive wave of the insects flies through the area. As they enter the flames, they catch fire, but keep flying as long as they can. A spectacular display of flaming and sparking butterflies surges by them. Thousands of them pelt the team, trying to keep them from getting to the bridge. Dead and dying carcasses pile up at their feet. Pallas looks at his flamethrower. Already low on fuel. We're in trouble.
Let's try the beta of Alyssa's miracle.
Let's do it. Riley pulls a vial out, attaches it to a vaporizing device. Meanwhile, another wave of butterflies pours in. She hits the process button. The contents of the cartridge get sucked in. A low roll of fog comes out the opposite end. That's not going to be enough. Crank it. She does. An evil green cloud erupts from the end. The butterflies fly through it, and they don't even notice. Tell the doc that one doesn't work. Riley drops the vaporizer. It clatters to the floor.
Back to plan A.
Alice and Vosco meet eyes, pull the igniters again. The second wave of butterflies incinerates in front of them. They make their way to the bridge, intent. They get in their seats and have a look at the controls. Riley, get the engines into preheat. Riley gets to her console, taps keys.
Ready in 17 minutes.
Vosco and Pallas look at each other, unhappy. Sky 3 will be long gone in 17 minutes. Override it.
You can't override the laws of physics.
She's right. We can't make it happen faster. They didn't need to stop us. They just needed to slow us down. Vosco looks over the controls. Oh no, they'll still try to stop us. With what we know, we could still help Earth if we made it to that relay station. Riley continues looking over readouts.
16 minutes and we can take off.
I can't wait that long. Just means we need to stop them another way. They look at each other. No going back. Vosco unstraps, jumps from his chair, angling for the door. I've got an idea. Override whatever you have to. Get this ship ready to go ASAP. We must stop Sky 3. Vosco runs from the control deck.
Where's he going?
No idea. But get ready for some surprises. On the Sky 3, Talladega and Dawson walk quietly up a hallway. Signs point to the engine room nearby. We're gonna shut off the reactor and eject the core. Sky 3 will be dead in the water.
How do we do that?
Follow me. They continue toward the engine room. Throughout the ship, speakers crackle to life.
Attention crew, the dangerous saboteur Talladega and his accomplice Dawson have escaped the brig. It is crucial they be stopped. A large reward is available, dead or alive.
The sound of someone else grabbing the microphone. Dead is preferred, but we'll take them any way we can get them. Chopped up in little pieces, or, however.
That's not gonna help.
Never liked Rama. A door opens at the end of the hallway, and our mob with butterflies fluttering around them spots Talladega and Dawson. Despite parts of them being half-eaten, they start running toward our heroes. Let's go. Talladega and Dawson turn and run. At the end of the hallway is cargo control. They enter and lock the door. Well, this wasn't the plan. Talladega and Dawson look through the port at the enraged mob. They all show signs of worms gnawing on them. A cloud of happy butterflies flutter about.
Now what?
Let's hope they have a short memory, and we come up with a new plan. The cargo area has a double set of Sally Port doors for off-world loading. They close and seal the second set. With the enraged mob of dolled crews safely locked out, they turn and survey the cargo area. On the bridge of Skyforest 1, Pallas and Riley bang away at the controls, trying to get the ship going. The docking clamps, they're locked. They won't release.
Of course not. Use the emergency charges. Blow 'em.
Pallas runs his hands over the controls. A loud but distant explosion is heard. Released. We're free to go once the engines are ready. A beep and flashing red light grab Riley's attention.
One of our escape pods just launched.
Captain Vosco?
Or some homesick worms. Hold on. Another pod launched from Sky 3.
Is this Skyforest 1?
Pallas here.
We did what we could, but we were taken prisoner. We had to escape. Our plan is to...
The radio goes silent. Pallas takes a guess. Jammed? Riley runs her hands over the controls quickly.
Yep. By Sky 3.
Pallas watches his instruments. They aren't coming back here. Both escape pods are headed into deep space.
What? They have no superliminal drive. They'll run out of fuel and end up lost.
We need to pursue them.
Engines ready in 12 minutes.
Pallas pounds his chair in frustration. God damn it. On board the Sky 3, Rama sits in the captain's seat. Barit smiles beside him, finally free of her hated Vosco. Now there are 2 escape pods heading our way. Firing control. Shoot at those pods. Firing. Missed. Keep firing. Are we in position? 30 seconds to position. Charge the superluminal drive. Concern briefly flashes on Barit's face. Is it a memory? A thought? Rama, I'm just curious. Should the crew enter their acceleration couches? A wave of annoyance, or maybe another old memory, washes over Rama. Oh, well, yes, of course. Williams? Where's Williams? Barit jumps on Williams' console, grabs the mic.
Attention crew, engaging superluminal drive in 30 seconds. Enter your acceleration couches now.
There's a beep at Rama's elbow, a flashing light. He hits it. Captain Bickel? Captain Bickel?
What's the holdup?
Seconds from position. We just need to confirm the crew is all properly restrained for the jump.
The crew will be fine. Make the jump.
Should we tell him about the escape pods? Another odd look washes over Rama's face. Engage the drive, Barit. We don't need to worry him with such silly little things. In front of her, a series of red lights are slowly changing to green as various crew buckles in, but most are still red. Certainly, Captain. Rama? Barit glides her hands over the controls and enters an override for the unprotected crew, dooming anyone not bolted down. An unimportant crew member, Julian, tries to get Rama's attention. He seems partially aware of reality, but sliding into the worm's dream life.
The last escape pod. I think it...
We don't care about them. Rama begins the final sequence of controls for the superluminal drive.
It's just that it's you.
What?
The comm unit inside is identifying as Dan Rama. You.
That's ridiculous. Get back to your duties, crewman. Mind your own beeswax. The ship makes final adjustments, lined up by the green beacons in the superluminal lane back to Earth. A little speck in front of the Sky 3 fires thrusters, right in front of Sky 3. At the tail end of the Skyforest 3, the main engines light up. The massive ship begins its jump. As it accelerates to the speed of light, the tiny escape pod burrows a crippling tunnel through it. The Sky 3 trails a giant plume of flames as it limps forward. Electricity arcs across the new hole in the ship. It finally explodes in a giant flash of light. Some pieces of the ship continue forward with momentum as others fly outward and back toward the base, crashing everywhere. Leo watches his displays. Among the various scenes of crew being eaten, a few displays show the exploding Skyforest 3.
That's gonna hurt.
Behind him are stacks of high-density platinum bars. He's rich. He laughs, tosses some nuts in his mouth. A light flashes.
Proximity alert. High-speed debris inbound.
Leo looks up at the displays. One shows a massive chunk of the Sky 3 headed for the geothermal base. He frantically looks around, sees his helmet far away. He jumps up, runs. But it's too late. He blasts out into space from the impact. Bits and pieces from the geothermal base shoot away from the planet. The shrapnel from Sky 3 is scooped from the surface. Amid the wreckage, we spot Leo, desperately clawing for his helmet as he runs out of air. He stops moving as his body keeps flying out into space, surrounded by little nuts. Never to be seen again. A puff of water vapor marks his final breath. Goodbye, Leo. Pallas and Riley stare in shock at their displays.
What? What happened?
An escape pod flew into their path right before they made the jump to superluminal.
Vosco sacrificed himself?
Riley ponders this, sees another flashing light.
There's life signs floating in the debris. An intact pod.
Well, who's in that?
No idea.
Send some rescue drones.
Hold on. There's also a cargo dropship on the surface, with multiple life forms.
More of those bugs?
No way to know yet, but we can check with the dock's special flashlights.
Pallas and Riley confer with Doc Alyssa in Med Center. They stare into a patient room. Well?
Making a complete recovery.
And?
You're still in charge. He won't be 100% for a while.
They see movement. The patient awakes, waves them in. Pallas, Riley, and Alyssa enter Vosco's patient room. Vosco stirs, uncomfortable, unhappy. Where am I?
Relax. You're back on Skyforest base.
This just makes him worse. No, I can't be here. I've got to stop them.
You did.
It worked? They all smile at him. And we're dying to know how you did it. Remember how Rama ejected Klaus in a pod, but with his comm unit inside, trying to fool us? It didn't fool you, but Rama's ID did allow me to access the control circuits in that pod, as Rama. I had planned to crash my own pod into Sky 3, but when I found poor Klaus's body floating in that pod, in a decaying orbit around a moon, I took the pod over and brought it back.
Brilliant idea, by the way.
Vosco looks out a window at the stars. I remember now. My dad, he was there. He helped me access Rama's comm unit. The rest of the crew looks confusedly at each other.
You need to rest, Captain. You were oxygen deficient when we found you. It's a miracle you survived. Speaking of miracles, we have another one to share with you. I think you can handle the surprise.
It's not my birthday again, is it?
Bitter.
Riley leans over and knocks on the door, and into the room burst a group of 5 survivors from the Sky 3. Talladega leads Dawson and Williams, and 2 more security officers we haven't met before. Vosco sits up, amazed and delighted. Oh my God, I thought you were all dead. I thought everyone on Sky 3 was. Did anyone else make it? Talladega shakes his head no very quickly and discreetly. Just be happy we're here, sir. 5 survivors is better than none. But how'd you make it? Well, sir, I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I briefly joined the bad guys. Then Talladega gave me a little pinch that hurt like hell, but helped me get back on the right path. Grabbed everyone I could, gave them that shot, and tried to take over the Sky 3. That didn't work out, so we jumped in a cargo dropship. They don't fly so much as just go down, but we got out just in time.
Just before you sent that pod into their path.
I'm so relieved. Means there's 8 of us left. Yes? Yes, sir. So a drug from Earth somehow interacted with bugs from here? You got it backwards. Somehow, Rama and his drug ring found these bugs that make sparkle. They were probably dormant here underground for centuries, then got awakened by that, by our oxylith farming. Then Rama and his cronies have been hauling it back to Earth for years on our Skyforest fleet. Hell, they got half the planet hooked by now. They knew enough to keep the drug use far away from the drug makers, the bugs. But good old human nature lets someone here try sparkle near the bugs. That's how they can mind control you. Doll you. They turn you into a doll to do their will. And when they fly around and squirm around and bite more people, and get more dolls to control. Anyhow, you put an end to them. Not so fast. We still have a troubling silence from X-93 to deal with. We need to figure out a way to prep and fly Sky 1 with a crew of 8. X-93 went silent for a reason. My money's on the worms making it there somehow. Yeah, I'm afraid I agree. We need to investigate. And we can't contact and warn Earth until we control X-93.
That's enough for now. The captain needs to relax, not plan another insurrection an hour after finishing his last one.
Everyone leaves except Talladega and Doc Alyssa. Vosco stares out the window. Small crystals are falling from the sky.
The ice is from Sky 3's hydrogen stores, oxidized into water vapor.
You saved us. All of us. Earth is safe. Vosco reaches for the window. Me and my dad did it. Yeah, I think you made up for that Europa thing, sir. Williams runs in, his comm unit flashing. Sir, there's something coming in on the base's main antenna. An emergency comm request. Take it. Williams walks to a wall terminal and taps some keys.
Attention, Skyforest base. This is Security Officer Petrov from X-93 station. We have been overrun.
This is Captain Vosco at Skyforest base. Give us a situation report.
We have launched an escaped craft. We are low on fuel and may have to crash land at Skyforest.
All right, how far out are you?
I'm not sure about anything. Things are confusing.
Are there bugs on your ship? Are they in control of the base?
We must land soon. Our situation is dire.
Are you sure your ship is bug-free?
Our ship has difficulties. Please help us.
Petrov? Petrov. Williams, get him back. Williams tries, but no response from Petrov.
We lost his signal. There's no sign of it anymore. And I don't see his ship on sensors. He must be far out still.
We need to get there.
You need to rest, Captain.
I will. Right after we get to X-93 and take care of their bug problem. Sir, Skyforest 1 will require significant prep to make that journey, especially with a minimal crew.
Meanwhile, while we get ready, maybe our mysterious friend Petrov shows up. Maybe it's better if he doesn't.
It's gonna take some work. Let's get going. Vosco peels off the sensors and gets out of his hospital bed. Doc Alyssa tries to stop him, but gives up. Outside on the planet's surface, bits of Skyforest 3 continue falling in the limited gravity. What's left of the ship is now a cloud of dust and debris near the superluminal point. We follow a small chunk as it falls to the ground near the base. A worm crawls slowly from the piece and burrows into the soil.
And there you have it. Vosco wins round 1, although at a terrible cost. He's blown up the Skyforest 3 with all aboard. So the Scourge has been kept from getting to Earth for now. But those radio calls from X-93 are a problem, and they can't tell Earth about the insidious nature of Sparkle until they get to the equipment at the very base that is now overrun. Who was that on the radio? A normal human? Or one of the Scourge's puppets in doll mode? Join us for Season 2 as the story continues. Thanks for listening.